To make your writing as good as it can be, you need to know the best way to solve the problems in a rough draft and transform it into a finished piece of work. In this video, I'll give you an incredibly simple technique that can open up the whole revising process for you. In my first video on the writing process, I said that your rough draft isn't supposed to be perfect, that in the drafting stage you'll do best if you can open up to trying things and playing around and just letting it flow. It's like calling on your kid side, your playful and creative side. And to do that, you need a safety net. It is like the child who plays around knowing the grown-up is right nearby. That makes the playing safe. So the revising and rewriting and editing phase, the final stage of the writing process, that's when you call on your grown-up side. Yeah, the child side has an amazing ability to imagine, to play around and come up with something new. Now the adult side can take that raw creation and turn it into a piece of work that is finished and polished, that is the absolute best work you can present to the world. The child is self-centered. When your drafting goes well, you're absorbed in your flow, your ideas, your imagining or point of view, and that's how you get out a draft that has originality and energy and life. Now you need to know that writing is not all about the writer. We do this work to be read, to connect and communicate, so in the revising, rewriting and editing process, you call on your grown-up side, and there's a very simple way to do that. There's a simple technique that can help to open up the solutions to almost any challenge that you will face in the revising, rewriting process, and that is to think about what? The reader. Every writer is different. In every piece of work, every rough draft is going to be different. Some writers put in too much and need to take out and trim back in revising. That tends to be me. Some people write a sketchier first draft and need to build out. One draft may have a boring beginning and you need to make it more engaging. In another draft, you may get lost in the middle, and in the third, you may have trouble figuring out how to end it. But if you think about the reader each time you work with your rough draft in the revising process, you will be able to see what you need to do. For example, are you giving the reader too much information? Then you trim back. Is this paragraph confusing? Well, who's it confusing to? You know what you're trying to say, so help out the reader. Think about where you want to give the reader the information to build your story or to build your argument, whatever it is you're writing. You know what you're trying to say. Now help the reader understand. No matter what you're revising, try to step past yourself and focus on communicating. That, in the end, is what writing has to be about, making the connection between writer and reader. As you try to make each piece as good as it can be, and you want to revise and rewrite until it really is as good as you can make it, if you think about the reader throughout that process, you'll pretty much see what you need to do. That's it. And remember, if you have something to say, if you have a story to tell, you have the right to write it. So why not give this a try?